Today I show you how to make these adorable spider cupcakes that are very easy to make, and hopefully all of you can find the ingredients that you need. Now please stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to talk about how this video forms part of a special Halloween collaboration with a couple of my YouTube friends. Hello there, so here we go. To make the spider legs, I'm using Pocky sticks, which are little biscuit sticks that are coated in chocolate, and they come in a little package like this. You could also use just plain old pretzel sticks that I have here, and I actually make a spider with each one so you can see what they look like. Now to make this spider leg, you need to cut these into pieces. Now the best way to do this is try to cut it with a sharp knife so that you get a 45-degree angle on the cut. That just means that when you get two pieces put together, it'll make a nice angle shape for the spider leg, and you'll see that in a second. So there is the angled cut. Dip one of the ends into some melted chocolate, and I'm placing these onto a piece of waxed paper on a plate. You can also use a cookie sheet, and then you just put two pieces together and you have a spider leg and kind of an L shape. Let those harden completely, and you'll need 8 of them, of course, for each spider. Now to frost the cupcakes, I'm using plain old buttercream frosting. I'll put the recipe in the description box and a link to the video tutorial on how to make these. I made a very small amount here because I was only making a few cupcakes. I tinted 1 portion black and 1 portion orange using some gel paste food coloring, and you do have to use quite a bit of black to try to get a very dark color. I stirred those together and then I placed them into a pastry bag. Now to get a two-toned effect, I'm placing a portion of orange all the way down into the piping bag. These are disposable piping bags that I actually purchased on eBay. I'm using 2 kinds of tips in this video. You'll see me use a 6B tip and a 1M tip. So place the orange all the way to the end, press it down so that you leave a gap, and then put some black frosting. I found it looked better with more orange than black. And I'm just twisting the top of the piping bag and pushing the frosting all the way down into the piping tip. And then it's ready to pipe onto the cupcakes. Just like that. And you can test it out just to see how it looks. And you can see how the black swirl is coming in. So this is the 1M tip. And just give it a nice swirl, and you can see how great that looks with the black and orange combination. Now to assemble your spiders, you will need some kind of round chocolate ball. I'm using Ferrero Rocher chocolates here, and I think they're great for this because they have a kind of a bumpy appearance, which makes the spiders look a little bit creepier. But you can use any kind of round chocolate that you have, or even a little cake ball if you want to use that. Now you need to add some eyes. I'm using some ready-made candy eyes, and I'm sticking them on with a little bit of frosting, but you could use melted chocolate as well. Now if you can't find the candy eyes, just use some white frosting with a little dab of black frosting. Then take the completed spider head and stick it on top of the cupcake, and then add in the chocolate legs that you make. Now it's always a good idea to make a few extras because you're bound to break a couple as you're inserting them sometimes. And you can put them in any position you want on the cupcake. The cupcakes and frosting can be made ahead, but I would suggest that you put the legs in the day that you're going to serve them because of the moisture in the cupcake and the frosting may have a tendency to soften up those cookies, and they might fall off. They might soften and break. Here is a pretzel spider leg that I made, and I think they look cute because it kind of looks like hairy spider legs with the salt on the pretzels. And I also added 4 eyes to this particular one to make it look more realistic, I guess, and it looks a little bit creepier. But they're really kind of more cute than creepy, I think. These ones have kind of even legs, and in this one, the legs are all different angles, so you don't have to make a perfect 90-degree angle for the L shape for the leg. You can make it different angles, and it makes it look like he's trying to climb off the cupcake. I think these are adorable, and they're actually fairly easy to make, so if you have kids, they can help you out with this quite easily. So as promised, here are the other videos in this special Halloween collaboration. At the top left, we have a video from Cooking and Crafting, who is Beth from Hawaii. She's making a wonderful ghost giant cookie. for Halloween. On the right is a video from Cookies, Cupcakes, and Cardio. She's making a beautiful Halloween cake roll. And down at the bottom is one of my older videos, and it is more Buggy style Halloween cupcakes. So I hope you click on your screen. There will be links in the description box to the videos as well. Thanks for watching.